Hi, everybody. This is take two because I may have forgot to hit
She
start.
started. She did take one and it stopped him. Hi, I'm Ty. That's Rebecca. She's eating her sliced pear. I'm eating the remains of noodle kugel straight out of the plate because it's like, why dirty another dish just for like 2 bites?
Yeah.
And I may eat some other things too because I'm kind of hungry and need something to drink too. There's milk over there.
Um,
Um, and we were talking about diabetes and how well Rebecca has been doing
Blood sugar
on her
wise.
blood sugar wise. And I was, when we got cut off, I was pointing out I'm not diabetic. By all rights, I should be, but I'm not. Um, at the same time, I have all kinds of heart issues, but not the kind you would think of. Like, I'm not going to have a heart attack. I could maybe have a stroke, but I'm not going to have a heart attack. I don't have clogged arteries. Again, as big as I am, which you can tell from this video, you would think, oh my God, his arteries have got to be full of stuff. No, I have like the cleanest arteries in the world. Um,
He has a enlarged heart. That's a hereditary condition.
yes, exactly. I have an enlarged heart that my dad had the same thing, but my dad was, I'm 6'1". My dad was the same height. He was like 6'1", but my dad also weighed like 160 pounds his whole life. Um, so he never seriously had heart issues. On a side note, though, the exact same heart issue way back in '87, I went to enlist in the Army, and they would not take me because they were like, "Oh, you have this heart issue, you cannot be in the Army," which was funny because my dad had the same exact issue, but he went back in like '57, and they took him in a heartbeat. So, where was? Oh, I was talking about I'm not diabetic, even though I should be. But one of the things I've learned in the last 6 months or year or whatever with Rebecca being diabetic is that it sucks.
You don't say.
And one of the reasons it sucks is she just gets up in the morning and her blood sugar skyrockets. And she doesn't, and that's before she like eats anything at all. She doesn't have to eat bad. The night before, she doesn't eat anything bad. She has her damn pear here, and maybe
My
some
sweet
water.
treat.
She drinks water all the time. It's not like she's guzzling down, you know, soft drinks or alcohol or anything like that. And she goes to bed 9, 10, 11 o'clock, whatever time it happens to be. And then she gets up, depending on the day, somewhere between 6 and 9. And just waking up, her blood sugar skyrockets. And I'm like, oh my God.
It goes up anywhere 30 to 50 points
Yeah, it's like a
just
major
waking up.
jump. And, I'm just going to say, if the Bible turns out to be true, I'm not arguing that it is. I'm not arguing that it isn't. I'm just saying if the Bible turns out to be true, and one of these days I have to go to the pearly gates and whomever's there, St. Peter, St. Paul, Jesus, God Himself, whatever, I'm just going to say, dude, really? I mean, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd have 5 billion other questions too at the same time, but one of them would be like, yeah, come on, really, blood sugar? You couldn't think of something else better or easier or whatever. But now that I've gone on this rant about blood sugar that made no sense whatsoever, I'm going to go back and eat some noodle kugel.
So I get that part of it is about the necessity to eat and that kind of thing. I'm doing good, having protein for breakfast. One of the other things that has helped significantly is having protein right before bed. So, um, it's a little early yet, but I have been eating a lot of times with my pear a slice of cheese, like a block of cheddar cheese. I don't have a ton, but it does add a little flavor that's a little different to my pear. And it's just enough protein that it helps the overnight not drop so much, because if there's too significant of a drop, that's part of the it coming up so high is like, oh, your body doesn't want you to
It's
die or anything.
adjusting or whatever.
So it is,
It
and
over adjusts.
it over adjusts, and that's part of diabetes type 2 specifically, is that I've, through years of bad habits and bad choices, taught it the wrong things.
No, let's just blame God.
Well, yeah. And I have a crap.
Or your parents.
My crap
Yeah,
pancreas.
your parents.
Oh, yeah. Both my parents were diabetic, or are. My mom's still living. My dad is not.
And should I point out your mom's situation?
Sure.
Her mom's diabetic, and because of her diabetes, she's lost a leg and, what, half a foot or fourth of a foot?
Just a big toe.
Okay. Yeah, but it's the big toe.
It
so
is the big
I'd
toe.
argue it's at least a fourth of a foot, or at least a fourth of a toes. You know.
My mom is...
And don't get me wrong, in case she sees this, Peggy, we love you.
Oh.
She is completely sweet.
My mom is a champ, too. And
Her mom more than I do mine.
my mom is a real champ also in that, you know, I have seen people go through less and give up, but
Oh, yeah.
She really worked on getting her prosthetic back in, you know,
And the physical
being
therapy.
mobile. She does regular physical
Yeah.
therapy. She at this point can is probably much more healthy than me. She actually
Yeah, she's probably more healthy than all of us.
she actually broke her leg at one point as an amputee.
Was it a hip?
No, it was actually her femur.
Oh, okay.
But they had to put this massive rod in there, and
Name of my sex tape. If you've watched this and you know me, it's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke.
So anyways, she had to get this rod put in her leg, and she has really bad reaction to opioid pain medicine.
Yeah.
They did not listen to us in the hospital when we said this, and after she had her surgery to put the rod in it, they thought they were doing her a favor and gave her opioid pain medicine.
Yeah.
And then they promptly had to Narcan her because she
Yep.
did not have a good reaction to it.
Yep.
Even the low dose that they gave her. So, there's that she went through that and physical therapy again at a rehab place to get stronger, and she is. In fact, this is kind of impressive too. After that fall and everything and doing the rehab, they took her off the kidney transplant list because, you know, you've got to meet
She's been on that list for years.
She has.
Yeah.
But the goals of what she has to do to get put on this transplant list are insane.
Yeah.
And apparently it can vary a little bit, hospital to hospital, what their expectations are. Ty's drinking from the jug.
I am drinking from the jug because there's not that much left. And it's like, why dirty a glass? You just want to see me do it? I'll just do it on screen.
Sexy baby.
Man. Good old skim moonshine.
Sure. But is one of the things she has to do is sit and stand, which is basically you're seated. You're not allowed to use your arms at all. You crisscross and you stand. Easy enough, right?
Well,
But-
if you've got both legs, yeah.
Yes. So she's doing this with one leg and her prosthetic. And I don't know that, you know, I'm not timing myself here, but she has to do 15 and 30 seconds. She can do that.
That would be a little quick for us.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I just now did it that fast.
Probably not. You did like 3. I don't know if you would.
Yeah.
I mean, which means you would have to have done it in like 2 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I mean, she has to do 15 and 30 seconds.
And I can feel that, you know, the thing that she hasn't been able to do yet, and that she's still working on.
Hello, my name is Dracula. I'm going to stand up 15 times in 30 seconds and scare the crap out of you. In fairness, she doesn't. Your mom could probably drive if she wanted to, couldn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's still got her license. She
Yeah,
just
she's
likes to be chauffeured.
She still has a car.
Yeah.
But I mean, they take her to like any medical thing she has to go to, and Rebecca has brothers and a sister that.
Yeah, we're kind of scattered through the state.
Yeah,
but close enough.
Yeah,
to
but
that.
there's enough of them that if one of them needs to take her somewhere and do something, there's plenty of them to choose from.
Poor Ty, on the other hand,
I'm an only child. And I always preferred that until I got older and my mom got older. And now I've realized, oh my God, there is a huge bonus to having brothers and sisters. Speaking of which, there's a message or something from.
I know, I'm not going to answer it at the moment. I'll call her back.
One of Rebecca's siblings. I won't say which one because she just hung up on them. So, you don't have to be ticked off, Amy. Because we're doing some important work here.
Very important,
yes,
clearly.
This is our road to the millions and the billions is right here on TikTok or YouTube or whatever.
We're not even savvy enough for TikTok.
Probably not. I don't know that we're savvy enough for YouTube, but...
Oh, no, we're not. Let me just tell you.
I'm probably, in that regard, in some ways a little more savvy than you are. But
so,
still.
We are neither one super savvy.
I'm savvy in some things. The typical guy stuff. You want to talk the Roman Empire? I've got a degree in that shit. I can talk to you about that all freaking day long. You want to talk swords? I can talk to you about that too. What kind of steel are you using? What kind of sword is it? What period?
I'm going to throw down my challenge for you.
Go ahead.
Show them your phone.
Oh. It's in my pocket here. Here's my phone. So before you laugh, I'm going to say lots of people validate this. Here's my phone. That is my phone. My phone is Ultra Star Trek. Bing! There's my phone. And before you make fun of me for having that kind of phone, I've had a flip phone for years. I've never, ever gone to the smartphone. And you know what? I'm proud of that. Proud of it. The number of people I see online who griping about their phones there's always an update, or there's always this, or there's scam calls, or there's spam, or this, that. It's like, I don't have to worry about 99% of that crap. You know why? Because I want the flip phone. And I'm not even talking old people like me. Even young people I see all the time complaining about. And when I say young people, I mean like, say, 25 and under. For us, that's young. So if you're 18, you're probably like, oh my God, 25's old. No. But the number of young people I see complaining about the same things all the time, and I'm like, there's other options out there, dude. Cut them off.
So here is the thing that I will say to that. Ty with a flip phone is possible because of Rebecca with a smartphone.
I'm not going to say I don't take advantage of it just because you have it, but there would be other options available. Like, my vehicles do have a GPS in them. And it's about 8 years old, 10 years old, depending on... But honestly, I don't need them that much. You know why? Road signs.
And I drive.
You can say you drive most of the time. You drive most of the time when we're together.
And when we're out of town.
And if we're out of town.
If we're out of town, any place that needs a GPS, yeah.
No, that's not completely true, because I have to go to Raleigh or wherever relatively often and need my GPS. Shut up. By myself, I have to go one place or another fairly often.
You scooted everything.
I didn't realize that.
That's what.
Yeah, it just made me look even fatter than I am already.
Well, you know what? This is...
Don't be fat.
This is another example of airlotechness, is that this is us with my phone propped up against my big water cup. I am getting real fancy because I thought about maybe we should have a tripod. So
I do actually have a tripod, but it's not really for a phone. It's for like a computer camera. It screws in and it won't fit on her phone. And by the way, I'm from Kentucky, so I'm going to drink milk out of the jug like we used to drink moonshine.
Nerd. And so
I'm a hillbilly nerd, apparently.
A tripod will maybe make us not look so fat if we go higher. Then maybe see the upward. If you look down while our upper, then I kind of lose that chin a little bit.
You know what?
What? You don't give a rat's ass. But that's how low tech we are, and I'm working on it.
We could go lower
tripod.
tech. We could go lower tech.
Well,
We could go out and get an old video camera and tape this stuff on VHS and then like transfer it.
I did just start this as audio recordings.
That's true.
Those will probably never hit the light of
Probably
day.
not.
But there are a few that are just audio recordings, because this was more
Like
about
3 or 4.
me being accountable to myself and kind of having a daily check-in, more so than
She's
hey,
accountable. I'm not.
we're trying to get subscribers and likes and all that. But with that said, I now have 1 subscriber.
Me.
And that's probably how it
I mean,
always
I'm
be.
the one who set the channel up.
He did.
Though she uploaded the videos.
Because the smartphone had to be the one.
Smartphone, yes. And you know there's a lot of interesting and sometimes funny things about getting older.
Which one?
Yeah, I at least for me, one of them is 30 years ago. I was, when it came to technology, I mean, we're talking mid-90s here. I was Johnny on the spot, though I mostly worked in Macintosh back then.
See, he's old enough that it was a Macintosh Apple and not just Apple.
Yeah, it was definitely Macs.
Or an AirBook. Or
and I love, this was pre-AirBook.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
it was back when you called them Macintoshes.
yeah, we call them Macs. And I knew all that technology. I mean, not just the software, but the hardware. I used to have to wear like a Craftsman tool to work, because very often I had to take computers open and do physical work and stuff on them. And then
Did you use a pager? Is this hotel pager friendly?
I did have a pager. I did have a pager, and people would call me, and then I'd have to call them back. And then in the very early 2000s, which I know now has been 25 plus years later, Apple changed their entire operating system on the Macs. And at that point, I just kind of gave up. To be honest, I was like, you just changed everything I've spent like the last 15 years learning. And so it's just like, I don't care anymore. And then eventually, I was never a Windows person or Microsoft or whatever you want to call it. I never was. Didn't like them, didn't touch them. But then in the probably 2005-06 era, I made that transition because it was just, honestly, it was easier than keeping up with Apple, because they just kept changing everything all the time. And so I gave up being this like tech guru, and now
may be a little much.
Oh, it wasn't the 90s.
I'm
It wasn't the 90s.
teasing
I
you,
was
and I didn't know
really,
you in the
I was
90s.
Johnny on the spot. Everybody I worked with, and I wasn't an IT guy, but
Yeah.
but everybody called me anytime they had, oh, I've got a problem with my app. Well, it won't do this. It won't do that. It was like I was the person.
That was kind of before there were a ton of IT guys.
That's true. Where I worked at that time, we had about 200 employees, and I don't remember really us having any IT people at the time.
Yeah, that was pretty common back then.
We had one later on, maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s. We had one.
There was usually an office nerd.
Well, yeah, it was Dave. I won't say your last name, Dave, in case you happen to see this.
Or Ty.
Or Ty. But no, Dave worked there beforehand, and yeah, he sort of became our first IT guy. And then later on, Gary, another employee, became our second IT guy. Well, maybe not second, because I don't know, it's hard to say. They both happened about the same time. And then at least the department I worked in, I was sort of the unnamed IT person for, I don't know, 5 years or something like that. So if you're out there, Apple, and you were there 25, 26 years ago, and you were responsible for all the changes, and screw you with a rusty screwdriver.
You know what? I'm just going to tell you.
What?
The number of people watching this
I know, it won't matter. None
on
of them
an
are.
Apple phone or whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably really low because very few people are going to watch this anyways. But
I know.
percentage-wise,
Probably going to be pretty low. And I don't have anything against Apple products. No, I said 30 years ago, and I'll say now, Apple makes a superior product. They really do. They also charge superior prices.
I am an Android person, and I will tell you why. I need a back button in my life. That's just about all there is to it.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. Smartphones don't have a back button usually, and it's like...
Oh, no, my Android does. Apple's
I know.
don't.
Oh, did I say Android? I meant Apple.
You just said smartphones. In
Oh, okay, smartphone.
I will
Apple
say
phones.
the other thing, the other reason that I have been Android loyal is because my phone has a chip that I can take in and out. I can upgrade it when I do the phone, and it probably has 9,000 pictures on it. Like, every month when I go see my kids for work, I'm a foster care social worker, I usually take a picture.
Can you not do that with an Apple phone?
The storage runs out on most people's Apple phone, and they use the cloud, and then they want you to pay for the cloud because the storage is pretty crap.
Okay, all you tech people out there and all you billionaires and gurus or whatever, the cloud sucks. No one wants to use the cloud. No one.
They know it.
I know.
They just
don't
want to
care.
charge for it.
I know.
So, that is...
And that's why this country's falling apart, because of the cloud.
Major thing is that I take a ton of pictures. You know, I'm at somebody's house. I need documentation of a doctor's visit, but I want the foster parent to still have it. I just take a picture of it, and then I can print it out, you know.
I think people hate the cloud more than they hate AI.
They're
just not as vocal about it.
That's why I have been Android loyal, because my chip, I don't know, I paid $25-$30 for it 3 years ago, or I don't remember when I got this chip, but I mean, it holds video. It has had tons of space, and I can always get another one. And you know,
what is it, like a little SDI card or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to like Walmart even and buy one for what, $10, a smaller one.
Yeah, I mean, I think mine has a terabyte.
Okay, so that would probably cost a little more, but still, what, $30
that's what
maybe?
I'm saying is, you know, yeah, and they've gotten cheaper. So that is what has kept me Android loyal, just because ease of use. I absolutely hate documentation, but I talk to text on my phone as I'm driving between places, and I spend lots of hours in my car, and so having a functional, you can, you know, that has been user friendly for me.
There's probably ways to do that in Apple phone, but you probably have to jump through a bunch of hoops and get this app and get that software.
You can
and
do
this.
similar, because I just do that usually on email. I'll email myself narrations or whatever. So if you're a social worker, that's your pro tip for the day. Talk to text. It is wonderful. You do have to occasionally do some replace with on names.
I get that.
You know.
But it's just a replace and...
Yeah. Easy enough. But, I mean, it's
Control
like...
F or Apple
who knew
F or
how
whatever.
many different ways there were to spell Jayla or Aaliyah or, you know...
That's
and those are
thing.
kind of common names.
Yeah. That's
Kaylee,
another thing.
Kylie.
Parents, when you name your kid, just name them something normal. Don't...
Yeah, but, I mean, now...
I know.
Tell me what the actual best way to spell Kylie is, because I've seen it about 20 different ways.
Kayli, and that's me stretching to like sort of make it normal.
Well, now there's also Kayleigh.
No.
Kaylei. I've even seen it pronounced Kaylee, but spelled with a C, Callie, which I would think is Callie, but I've seen it pronounced Kaylee.
Here's the thing. If you're parents or you're going to be future parents and you're going to name your kids something weird, especially if it's really weird, then the state should just step in and you're not allowed to have kids. Or they should take your children from you because you're stupid.
So...
And that's where she comes in. So...
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I hate paperwork. We're not going to take your kids. As a social worker... I have heard many, many times over the years, y'all just get paid, you take kids.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No.
At all.
I wish she got paid for taking kids, and I can tell you front blank why. If she got paid like by the kid that, and she's not even the one that takes the kids away, but if she did, oh my God, I could name 100 so-called parents right now that like do not deserve to have their kids. It's like,
So,
I mean, we'd be rich. We'd be like millionaires because I could.
social workers are not out to take your kids. It's a lot of paperwork. We don't like to. We would even like to give your kids back if you can get your shit together.
Yeah, I mean, we even live in a rural area, and I could still probably point to a half dozen places around here within a quarter mile of, yeah, they shouldn't have kids.
I will say I have a reasonably high reunification rate.
They definitely shouldn't have kids.
Oh, stop.
In fact, I think they lost their kids once and got them back. But still, they shouldn't have kids.
We'll just say it's a good thing for Grandpa.
Yes. Grandpa and Grandma save more kids and keep them in families than anything.
It is true. I will say I'm glad that North Carolina has finally, in the past couple of years, gotten on board and is paying grandparents to help. And when I say pay, it's not a lot by any stretch. It is kind of a stipend amount.
Oh, don't lie. They're getting rich living off the system.
Yeah. Yeah, like that $300 a month or
Yeah,
whatever.
come on.
But that's enough to kind of help with the increased light bill, the food, and that kind of thing. Because a lot of grandparents are on a fixed income.
And too old to be raising little kids.
I know. But it does happen, and we are thankful for our grannies and grandpas. And also, Ty is not a father. Can you tell this?
I never had biological kids of my own.
No, he's been a
great... And did not want to and don't want to.
A great stepdad, especially to Gabe. Zach was a little bit older when I met Ty. But
yeah, Zach was pretty much out of the house by the time you and I got together.
Yeah, but Gabe is Ty's bestie.
Oh, God. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't say Gabe's my bestie, but I might be his bestie.
You say that, but other than me,
we live in a very rural, fairly secluded area, and I don't have a lot of friends, like physically friends. I have some friends online, but I don't feel the need for it.
I'm his social life.
Yeah, pretty much. If we go out to a steakhouse on the weekend, it's like, there's...
Big time living.
I mean, a few weeks ago we went to an art gallery show about an hour from here, maybe not even quite an hour, and that was my big time out this year.
Okay. To be fair, Ty's mom has a lot of health and mobility issues.
Yes, I have to stay at home for my mom's health issues.
We used to be a little bit more social, but over the past year or so, as she's lost mobility, we have needed to be around a little bit more.
That's true.
Like there's concerts and things he's wanted to see and do, or we do actually have a condo at the beach.
I haven't got to see it in, at least 6 months?
Oh, at least.
At least 6 months?
I think the last time I went down was...
Tracy?
Yeah, in October. We went and saw it.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Yeah, so in theory, we have a condo at the beach, but for all I know, she sold it off and pocketed the money, and because I have not seen it since October. Oh, gosh, that makes me even worse. I was thinking January. Now October, I'm like, oh my God. Yes. And I had stuff I wanted to do there, and I don't mean like fun stuff. I mean, there's
a few projects.
There's a few little projects I wanted to do in the place.
We initially bought it as kind of a, hey, we're moving back in with his mother to help care for her and that kind of thing. But she was still relatively mobile when we did, and thought, hey, once a month she would probably love to have the house to herself, and we could get away or whatever, once or twice a month.
That's Rebecca's pear knife, by the way.
It has not happened that way. So,
And since I don't get to go to the beach, all I want to do with this pair knife is. Though that would be kind of funny. Like, back in the 80s, we had Jason and Michael and Freddie. And now we're going to have Tyrone.
with the pear knife.
Yes, I'm a white guy named Tyrone. They're out there. Though I generally go by Ty most of the time. But even professionally, I usually go by Ty.
Hey, guess what my big exciting thing of the day is?
What?
I haven't even got to enjoy this yet, but the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book came out today.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Well, I just ordered the first one, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Excellent.
She's read, what is it, 8? 7
this
or
is
8?
the 8th one that's come out
She's
today.
read the first 7. I've not read any, but I ordered the first one, and she's been reading them on ebooks. I have a Kindle, and I occasionally read ebooks, but I actually prefer hard copy books. It's just easier for me to read, my eyes and everything. And I know, again, I've got a flip phone, remember that. But I ordered the first one, and it's literally supposed to be here tomorrow. So, but first I have to finish the book I'm reading before I can get to it. And there's actually 2 or 3 other books I wanted to read before I got to it, but we'll see.
Well, I just encouraged him to at least read the first one because I think they're making a show out of it at some point.
Is it a show or a movie?
I think a show. I think there's going to be plenty to make this a
Well,
show.
considering how many books there are, yeah, that would make sense.
And there's a lot going on in them. Like, I feel like each book could be a season. And they're anticipated to be 10 books.
10 books. And as popular as they're going to be, this is going to be my guess. I don't know the author's name. Is it Dave something maybe? I don't remember.
Matt Dinkman or something.
Whatever.
Sorry.
My guess would be they will do the 10 books.
Gentleman.
And as popular as this series of books has been, he will probably do something else. I don't know if it would be a continuation, like, oh, I decided to do book 11 or 12. But my guess would be at the very least he'll probably do sort of a J.K. Rowling thing with like the Harry Potter books and start doing like side books like, oh, this is what happened 10 years later, or this is what happened with this character over here, or but who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of options, and it depends on what kind of ideas the author has and what they want to do. And it probably depends on how much money is being paid.
He has already got another kind of standalone book that just came out not too long ago, maybe February.
Yeah.
I'm on the wait list for that one on the Libby app.
Okay.
It's free that way.
Well, as an author myself, I will tell you, and I don't know if this would help readers of any kind, series generally, especially when we're talking fantasy or even romance, series generally sell better than standalone books. Because once somebody buys the first book, if they're hooked, then they'll go on and buy others. If it's a standalone book and you're hooked, well, you just bought the one book. So from a purely sort of selfish financial point of view, series are better than standalone books. But I will say, standalone books are usually easier to write. And I think we're going to say goodbye now.
Good night.
Love you.
I'm off to read my book.